Hi, welcome. Welcome to day one of my Conceptual Blueprint challenge. Um, yeah, I'll just dive straight in. First of all, I just want to introduce myself, tell you a little bit about me. So my name, I'm Will Ringsdorf. I'm an architect, and I've been an architect for about, 30 years now, 1990, so a little bit longer than 30 years. And I've always had a passion for housing, because for me it was always housing for me is very it's a very challenging topic for a lot of architects. Now, why do I say that? Because I think it's very easy to create exciting big spaces, so things like museums, airports, railway stations, all these. You can create a lot of drama very easily there, but with a house, with a home, with someone's home, you've got a much, it's a different palette to work from. So you've got lots of smaller spaces, and you have to then make these spaces work together, interact with each other. And then you also, you have to communicate something about the people living in there as well, which is why I've done this course, basically, why I've designed this course, but we'll come to that in a minute. And also, you spend your life, you live in your home. You don't live in a museum or a railway station or whatever. So it's a far more personal thing. And this is something that I think a lot of the time architects and designers, they neglect that. And I think it's a real pity, because I truly believe that we all deserve to live in a place that we feel happy in, that's healthy for us, that stimulates us. And I think a lot of us are falling short in this respect. So that's what I've spent the 30 years of my life trying to promote. I've done this by working a lot with housing associations, so social housing. So providing affordable housing, quality housing to people who struggle. That's been my main focus. And the last 10 years of my life, I've basically been here in Berlin, in Germany, well, Munich. I lived in Munich first, and then we moved to Berlin a couple of years ago, my wife and I. And in Germany, I've been working more on the client side. So I've been more working in the project management side of things, running projects, and actually creating more social housing, but from a client point of view, which has been a very interesting. It's been a very interesting perspective for me to see it from the other side. And in the back of my mind for these last 10 years, I've always wondered how I can make something that's going to be useful for people who dream of a design home, who dream of designing their own dream home, but who don't really know where to start, how to start. Perhaps they don't think they can afford it. Perhaps there's something holding them back. And this is basically what my courses are all about. This is what I'm selling. This is my message, that everybody deserves their own castle. Everybody deserves to live in one, and it's attainable for everybody. It's not something that's only reserved for the millionaires of this world. We are all capable of creating our dream home within a budget. Yeah, might not sound believable, but I promise you, it is. It can. And what we need is we just need to have the confidence. We need to have the vision. We need to have the clarity. We need to be able to communicate our ideas to a third party, to a design specialist. And again, that's what we're here for. So that's basically a little bit about myself. I wanted to just quickly talk about the course as well, because the course is divided, it's divided into 4 sections, and we work through the course chronologically. I mean, you can't do the second step until you finish the first step. And this challenge is going to basically run over 4 days, and I will take one of the 4 modules on each day. So day 1 today, I'll be dealing with the first module. Now, the first module deals with the mindset. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, your mindset is that's what's going to keep you going. That's what's going to give you the confidence. That's going to keep you motivated. That's why you're here. That's your belief. Okay. Now it sounds a little bit, it sounds a little bit esoteric, perhaps, but don't worry. Just go with me on this. Okay. So I'll just dive straight in. So the very first thing we do, is you ask yourself the very basic question: why are you here? Why am I here? Yeah. Now, we either are moving. There are 2 things that drive us. We're either moving away from pain or towards pleasure. So how would that equate to building a house? Well, the pain would be if you've had a bad experience, or you had a friend of yours built a house and it was a nightmare, or it cost them a lot more money. This is all this painful stuff, yeah. Or you could be wanting to get towards the pleasure, yeah, to go towards the pleasure. So the pleasure would be, you dream of your design home. It's something you want. It's something you want more than anything else, to have a better life for you, for your family. So these would be the things that would pull you towards something pleasurable. So so what about you? Yeah, where are you now? Think about it. Where are you in your life? Where are you? How are you feeling about life? What are your aspirations? What are you dreaming of? Just think about, just sort of take a moment to take like a little snapshot of where you are, and think about that, because this is, we're always moving. Yeah, we're never standing still. We're always moving. And just to stop for a while and just to get a little bit present and just be aware of where you are at this very moment, and just to write that down, or it can help you. It can help you just to slow things down. And the idea is to move, try and move out of your mind and into your heart, into your instinct, or your gut. What are the things that really are moving you at the moment, at this very moment in time? How are you feeling about things? And then when you've done that, the thing to do would be to imagine yourself in your dream home. Imagine walking up the drive to the front door. Imagine standing outside. Where is it? What does it look like? Is it in the countryside? Is it in a bustling town? Is it on a mountain? Is it on a lake? What are the sounds that you can hear? Just get a picture of where your dream house is and how it looks from the outside. And then imagine opening the door and walking inside. And imagine how it would sound, your feet on the floor, how your voice would sound, and what you're looking at Are you in a big room? Are you in a small room? So just imagine, get a feel for your dream home. And again, we're just dreaming here, yeah? So it doesn't have to be anything concrete. It can be anything you want. And then imagine the other people in the home. Imagine the people around you. Who are these people? So are they, is it your family? Is it friends? Are you partying? Is it a quiet place? Are you just there with your partner? Or are you living there alone? Who's sharing the home with you, and how are they feeling about it? And just sit in this moment for a while. Just imagine how that would feel. And then when you've done that, just take stock and think about how this has made you feel. Yeah. So how does it feel? So let me know in the chat. How do you feel? Okay. Oh, great. Yeah, it's just an exercise. It's just a way of getting used to this idea of walking through imaginary three-dimensional spaces, just letting your imagination run away with you a little bit. Because these things are, it might sound a bit playful, but it's, these are actually the things that you want. These are the things that maybe your mind, your logical mind is saying, no, that's right, I can't afford this or whatever. But actually, these are the things that you want. And so this is a start to actually putting down a blueprint of the things that move you, of the things that the things, yeah, that make your life, that make it worth living, that make it possible, that make you happy. So yeah, okay. Right. Okay. So now I want to talk about something that I found a couple of years ago, and it's what I call it the clarity tool. And the idea is your partner asks you a question, and in this case, the question will be, what's so important about you in your dream home? What's the most important thing? Why is it so important to you? And then you answer. And then the next question is basically a repeat. And they'll just say, so why is that important to you? And then answer again. And then the person asking the question will say, thank you. Yeah, but why is it important to you? And you'll answer again. And we do this 7 times. You ask the question 7 times. And what happens, what will happen, or can happen, it doesn't have to happen. But at some point, you'll move out of your mind and speak more from your gut. And I'll give you an example just for me. I did this when I first did this. It had nothing to do with with building a house. It was more why do I want to move to Berlin? And we were living in Munich at the time, my wife and I. And I wanted to change. I wanted to change. So my wife Bettina, she just said, okay, so why is it, what's so important about having a change now? And I said, oh well, I've been in Munich now for 8 years. I feel, yeah, I'd like to just move on and go to another city. And then she said, okay, thank you. But why? Why is that important to you? Why is it important to you to move on? So I said, okay, I thought about it again. I was like, okay, well, why do I want to move on? Yeah, Berlin, great city. Lots of opportunities there. It's cheaper than Munich. It just makes sense. Okay, great. But why? Why is it important to you to move? And again, I was still in my mind, and I was like, well, there's a great job opportunity there. My son lives there, and I think it's just the right thing to do. And yeah, we should do it. And then she asked me again, she said, so why is this important to you? And then at some point, something shifted in me. And I stopped. And I realized the real reason I want to go is because I miss my son. And I want to be with him. I want to be closer to him. And wow. So I told her, I said, okay, I miss my son, Chris, and I want to be closer to him. And she said, yeah, okay, but why do you want to move? Why is it so important to you? And then I could feel emotions. I could feel myself getting very emotional. And I said, I just don't think I've been there for him for the last few years. I don't think I've been there for him. And she said, okay, well, but why is that important to you? Why is it important to you? And now the emotions are really starting to creep up on me. And I said, well, yeah, I've let him down in the past, and I don't want to let him down again. I don't want to let myself down. And that was what really hit me. I don't want to let myself down. And she was like, okay, so why is this? Why is it important to you? And then I realized at that point why I wanted to come to Berlin. And I said, it just came out. And I just said, I'll feel connected here. I feel it's my place. Because in Munich, I never really felt connected. It's a beautiful city, but it was something that I could never imagine staying there for long. I didn't want to, and I needed to get away. I was feeling I wasn't grounded. I needed a grounding. I needed to feel the earth under my feet. And that's why I came here. So that's just one example. I mean, I do this a lot, this exercise. We do this a lot, my wife and I, because what it does, it pulls you into, pulls you into a sense of reality of what are the things that are really important to you. And doing this for your dream home, it's important to know, not just, I mean, the reasons we want a dream home, we want a nice house, we want to be comfortable, but there's deeper things to that, because otherwise you would just go and get one off the shelf, just some off the shelf developer house, or you buy a house and just move in. But you guys, you're here because you want something more than that, and there's a reason why you want something more than that, and that's worth exploring, because that will keep you strong. It'll keep you empowered, because it's not going to be a smooth ride. Building a house is, I always say, it's very chaotic. There's a lot of things that are beyond your control, And there's a lot of things you plan and plan, but there are things that just come up. And when these things happen, you want to be clear, you want to stand up, and you don't want to crumble. And if you go through this process and you know exactly why you're doing this, this conviction, yeah, that'll get you through. That'll keep you clear. That'll stop you panicking. That'll stop you giving up. And I'm going to mention this the whole time throughout the course, this idea of grounding, of standing and believing and being motivated, and just absolute belief in what you're doing and why you're doing it. It's vital. So that's this clarity tool. I hope I've explained it. Yeah, I hope you liked it. So we will finish off. We're almost at the end of the first module, and at the end of the module, what we do is I like to call it it's a period of introspection, because once you've gone through this, you'll have, as I say, you'll know why you're doing this. You'll know why you're here. Yeah. But that's only half of the course. The other half is to be able to communicate that. You need to be able to talk about how you feel and why you feel this way to these design professionals, to other people, and they have to understand you. So you have to be clear. So this will also be a theme throughout the course, that what you do is you share your experiences with your partner, with whoever's with you. You talk about it, and what you also do is you listen to them. You listen to what they're saying to you, and you feel how that makes you feel when you hear their words. How does that make you feel? And vice versa. When you're speaking, how does that make you feel? Just become aware of the words you're speaking and the words you're listening, the words you're hearing, and just be. There's no right or wrong about it. Just don't attach any judgment to it. The thing is just to practice communicating, and communicating with authenticity, and that means communicating from your heart. So when you really know why you're doing something, and you can talk about it from your heart, then that's clarity. So that's about it for this challenge, and I'll be back again tomorrow, same time. So I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, we'll see each other tomorrow. So have a great evening, guys, and look forward to seeing you. Take care.